Hello again adventurers, welcome to another exciting video from southern Serbia. Today we're gonna be hiking to the highest peak of Serbia, the Midzor, 2170 meters, located in Stara Planina mountains. So let's get started. So this hike is only 600 meters of elevation, but it's quite long, 8 kilometers one way. After just few minutes of hiking through the forest, we got out to this field, which is actually a skiing slope. It's one of the most popular skiing centers in Serbia. And the lift goes all the way up to this hill called Babin Zub, where you can also hike in like 3 kilometers. So as you can see, there is not much trees growing here, only a little bushes, and it's mostly grass around here. And the reason is they cut it down for sheep grazing, because you can see sheep on the side of the hill over here. So the animal agriculture is the #1 reason for the deforestation worldwide. And over here you can see clearly where they started cutting down the forest in a straight line. Here we are 1 kilometer into the hike, and we are just following this tractor path, which is really common in Serbia. They don't really have a single trails, as hiking is not very popular in Serbia. There's also not much variety in this hike. It's just bare hills with grasses, which is kind of repetitive, but the views are still amazing here. So this hike goes more up and down through a few smaller hills until we reach Midzor peak. Down we can see the valley where we have accommodation and the road where we came from. It's interesting how they deforested the top of the hills but left the sides of the hills forested. Behind this mountain range over here is already Bulgaria, and up here we can still see some snow, and it's already the end of May. Okay, it's almost 2 o'clock and we have about another 3 kilometers to the top, maybe even 2. But we think that it's gonna be too windy up there, so we just decided to stop here and have a lunch first. So we're also hungry and I don't want to carry the weight all the way up. And we have a pasta with some vegetables and sauce. It's good lunch, vegan. Here we go. And here we met a herd of horses here. They're not wild horses because they have bells on their necks, but I'm not sure what they use them for here. And here we got to the crossroad. You can either go on the right 2 kilometers on the side of the hill to Midzor, or you can go also through the ridge and to Panar Peak, which is a little bit longer. This way you can keep hiking on this ridge between Serbia and Bulgaria through more peaks, and there is also a long distance trail running race going through here. It was amazing to see so much snow up here. When down in the Serbian lowlands, it's already approaching the summertime, temperatures in the high 20s. Now we have sunny weather in Serbia and cloudy weather in Bulgaria. Alright, and it seems like we're almost making to the top of the Midzor peak. But when we got to the top, there was only this old destroyed rock landmark. There was nothing indicating that this is the top of Midzor. But when we look on the map, we realize that the peak is a few hundred meters further. It must be one of these peaks in the front. And here you can see the profile of the route how we went from that ski slope all the way through these hills up here. Alright, and here we got to the second top that we also see on the map, but again there was just this old pole. Didn't even say the name of the hill or the elevation, there was just this rubbish hang on it. We also met two Serbian guys here and they also didn't know which one is the top. They also told us that Serbians don't consider this peak as the highest peak in Serbia, because before the highest peak was in Kosovo. Serbians of course think it's still part of Serbia. And here we got up to this third peak to see if this is the top of Midzor, but again there was no pole or markings indicating it. You can see Serbians don't consider this hill to be anything significant. I also took a drone with me, so I'm gonna fly a little bit here, but it's quite windy, so we went a little bit down behind the hill. I'm gonna try to fly against the wind towards the Serbian side. So because the wind was too strong, I decided just to go back and didn't fly too far. Because if something happened, I don't know, I would descend to the Bulgarian side, which was really steep to get down. I have a bit experience flying against a strong wind with a drone. Right now it's time to go back, but we're not gonna go back the same way, but we're just gonna connect straight here through this field to the bigger road. Alright, and here we got to the crossroads where you get 200 meters to the top of Midzor. And here we saw some bunch of off-road cars passing by. So not sure how can this be a national park if they allow these noisy polluting machines to be here. And here we connected back to the crossroad where we started making the little loop. We went up here, up on the ridge, making a loop through Midzor Peak and down through the main road. And on the way back I just got up on this small hill to get some variety into this hike. Alright, we have only a few more kilometers back to the car, but we are kind of bored of this hike because it's the same, just going through this bigger road, through the fields. They said at the beginning this hike is quite monotonous, doesn't have much variety in it, it's just going through these fields with the same views all the time. And it's pretty long as well, but this would be something for mountain biking because it's easy to ride through here, it's just going straight all the time. But as a hike it was quite boring. As we had some more time left before the darkness, I quickly ran up to this rock to see if I can fly a drone there. As I didn't have time to go all the way up, I just decided to stop behind this rock and fly a drone from here. I probably should have gone more up because I was losing a signal when the drone was behind this rock. Just a tip, never fly a drone behind the mountain where you cannot see it. Here I decided to fly a drone along these cliffs to see if I can get all the way to Babin Zub where the ski center was. Alright, and here I got a nice view of the Babin Zub peak, which we saw from the hike earlier, where is the end of the ski center. Seems like the hike to there would be more interesting than Midzor, and flying drone from there would be epic. And as I wanted to fly a little bit closer to Babin Zub, the drone lost signal, I couldn't see anything on the screen, it was all black. So I had no idea where I was flying, so I could just fly into the rocks. So I decided to press return to home and fly higher to to see if I can get the signal back. I also couldn't see if I'm getting closer with the drone or not. I couldn't see any distance or height. And the signal losing issue only started happening after we put the drone to repair with the gimbal problem. So it seems like there's a lot of stress with flying the drone here. But luckily this time it just flew over the rocks and I got the signal back. Right, I'm back down at the car. I'm just gonna see this little viewpoint. Hope you enjoyed today's hike. As I said, for us it was nothing special. But we have more exciting adventures coming up from Bulgaria, so make sure you stay tuned for those videos. And as always, stay healthy and stay adventurous.